Welcome to all participants in today's second session. And the title of the session is this pattern making and drafting. And on this subject, Mr. Neeraj Jaiswal is going to present and discuss these topics. So I would like to just to give some profile of Neeraj Jaiswal. He is postgraduate diploma in garment technology. He did from in NIPT Kolkata in 2001, and then he joined the industries like industries of the syndicate, uh, Knitcraft, Kongia Internationals, Kongia International. Then he just did completed his MTech in fashion technology from NIP Delhi in 2012, and presently he is working as an assistant professor in NIP Kangra since 2012. So total he has a experience of this 17 years. 17 years, and out of 17 years he has worked for 9 years in the industries, various industries like a syndicate, Knitcraft, Kongia International, etc. And now he is working as an assistant professor in NIPT Kangra since 2012. So I invite and welcome Mr. Neeraj Jaiswal for his presentation.
थैंक यू सर। थैंक यू सर। नमस्कार सभी को। बहुत बहुत अच्छा लग रहा मुझे कि आप लोगों के सामने मैं पैटर्न मेकिंग के बारे में कुछ बताने जा रहा हूँ। और मैं कुछ थ्योरी पार्ट बताऊंगा और पढ़ाऊंगा नहीं, मतलब डिस्कस करूंगा मैं। और उसके बाद कुछ मैं ड्राफ्टिंग करके आप लोगों को दिखाऊंगा, जैसे कि विमेंस वेयर है एंड मेंस वेयर है, और उसमें क्या क्या इंपॉर्टेंट सिग्निफिकेंट पॉइंट्स होते हैं, क्या क्या चीज़ों को ध्यान रखना पड़ता है, क्या क्या उसमें रीजनिंग है, क्योंकि पैटर्न मेकिंग इज ऑल्सो अ रीजनिंग सब्जेक्ट। it's not a theory subject, it's actually a reasoning subject. So where we do a lot of reasoning and question answer, ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है, ऐसा क्यों कर रहे हैं, ये शेप क्यों दे रहे हैं, डार्ट क्यों यूज कर रहे हैं, डार्ट में फिश डार्ट क्यों यूज कर रहे हैं। तो इस सारी चीजें हम थोड़ा डिस्कस करेंगे, और हम चाहेंगे कि हम एक दूसरे से इंटरेक्ट करें। और प्लीज आप लोग अपना ऑडियो अनम्यूट करके और हमसे क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं, और हम डिस्कस कर सकते हैं कुछ पॉइंट्स को। तो सबसे पहले तो ये स्टार्ट करते हैं कि पैटर्न मेकिंग है क्या, और ये कब से स्टार्ट हुआ, इसकी जरूरत ही क्यों पड़ी। तो सबसे पहले तो ये पता करेंगे कि हम लोग पैटर्न मेकिंग कराते ही क्यों है, ये है क्या, कब से स्टार्ट हुआ, इसकी जरूरत ही क्या पड़ी, इसका सिग्निफिकेंस क्या है, इसका हिस्ट्री क्या है, इसका एवोल्यूशन कैसे हुआ। तो जैसा कि हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं, पैटर्न मेकिंग एक इम्पॉर्टेंट डिपार्टमेंट है, एक इम्पॉर्टेंट वर्क है। किस चीज में? अपैरल प्रोडक्शन में।
There are few candidates who don't understand Hindi, so be English only.
Okay. So what is the requirement of pattern making? What is the requirement of pattern making apparel production? So that's very important to know. We already know that in I mean 200 years ago or 100 years ago, how do we used to make our garment? We used to go to a tailor and give him the fabric and just give the measurement, and then he used to take 10 days, 20 days, 15 days to get your dress ready. And especially when there is a festival time, he used to ask for 1 month sometime. So actually you had to plan to dress yourself, to make a dress for yourself 15 days or 20 days or 1 month before, right? Because you knew that in coming month there is a Holi, in coming month there is a Durga Puja, in coming month there is some other festival, in coming month you have a marriage party or something like that. You actually plan in advance, and you go to the tailor and give the fabric of your choice, and he used to take the measurement and he used to customize dress for you. That is what the practice was. But as the era advances, when industrial revolution came, people have to go to the offices, they have to attend offices, they have very short time. The life has become very fast. The pace of life has become very fast. You have to take something very easily, ready. You need something ready to wear. So here comes the ready to wear industry. जिसको बोलते हैं हम रेडीमेड इंडस्ट्री, mass customized garment, you can say. So in mass customized garment, when you decided that you have a party in the office, or let's say you have an interview today and you need a shirt, so what do? You go to any shop, any departmental store, and you buy shirt, whatever it fits you, 38, 40, 42, 44. So that is readily available. So because of the need of this industry, because of the need of the people, we started mass customized garment or ready to wear industry. And for ready to wear industry, we have to produce garment in masses, maybe 10,000 pieces, 20,000 pieces, 1 lakh pieces, 2 lakh pieces of the same style in a different sizes. And here we required pattern making. We need patterns, blueprint on the paper before cutting the fabric, because we are dealing with huge fabric, a lot of fabric. And first we have to make sure that whatever we are cutting, that is accurate, exactly correct. And we first make all the patterns, all the sizes, all the measurements on the paper. And after making the pattern or blueprint on the paper, we make the test fit on muslin, और जिसको हम मार्किंग फैब्रिक बोलते हैं, रॉ फैब्रिक बोलते हैं, on raw fabric. And then we do the test fit. When we do the test fit, if the test fit is perfect, then we'll go ahead with the cutting or with the master pattern. If the test fit is not correct, maybe there is some correction is required, so we do correction on the pattern and then make another test fit, and then we perfect our pattern. So that's why we required pattern making, because of the need of the industry, because of the pace of life become very fast. We needed something quickly. We are not having time to wait for the customized garment, to wait for the tailor to make the garment. So advancement of ready to wear industry, we needed the pattern making. So as we are talking about pattern making, so what are the different way of pattern making? There are actually two ways of pattern making. One is flat pattern method, and second is draping method. First is flat pattern method and second is draping method. Can anyone tell something about that? Any idea? Any idea about flat pattern method and draping method? Any wild guess or wild idea, if you can have?
Flat could be the 2D drawing just.
Hello,
That method will include
Yeah.
2D drawing.
sir, can you repeat the question?
The difference between flat pattern method and draping method.
Okay. Yeah, sir. In flat pattern making, we used to draw pattern on the paper. And in draping, we drape the garment on the dummy, and we can see the actual look of the garment while making. And in flat
Yeah.
pattern making, we cannot see the actual look. Actually, it's all about
Yeah.
the measurement. And in draping, we can see all the things, and we can assume
Yeah.
my garment how it will fall and how it will look good.
Yeah. Good. Very good. Bolcha, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Anybody else? Can I have an
Yeah,
idea?
sir, basically in draping method, we get a better visualization of the garment, how it will actually look in terms of fall, in terms of drape, in
Uh,
terms of the 3D appeal it is going to
yeah,
create, the kind of texture which is needed is perfect or not. So basically the composite structure in the field of aesthetic or physiology, the different parts, we are able to judge in a better manner. But somewhere the
right.
flat gives a better technical idea about the garment making construction.
वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड, बहुत बढ़िया, वेरी गुड. तो मैम आप लोगों ने बहुत अच्छा बताया. आई मीन यू हैव एक्सप्लेन्ड द फ्लैट पैटर्न मेथड एंड ड्रेपिंग मेथड वेरी वेल. I would like to add a few points. As ma'am has already said that flat pattern method involve lot of measurements. Uh, lot of measurements developed by the general sizing system of the country. Developed by the general sizing system of the country. As you know, every country has a sizing system. They follow their sizing system. Germany has German sizing system. British has British sizing system. American sizes, Japanese sizes, Korean sizes. I mean, most of the countries, most of the developed countries have developed their sizing system. So in flat pattern method, we actually depends on the measurement. And by using those measurements, which is already being there in general sizing system, we make the pattern on the paper. And then we test it. Whether we have made this pattern correct or not, we have to test it. And we test it through fabric. So here, first paper comes and then fabric. And in test fit, we cut the pattern on the fabric. We uh, test it on the dummies, whatever size we have made. And if there is any correction, we introduce or include those corrections on the pattern, and then we make the final pattern. So one point. Second is draping method. In draping method, which is normally used for designer garment, for customized garment, for more elaborate and more designed garment, more detailed garment. Normally, when you see the designer garments, it has more detailing, more pleats, more gather, more pin tucks, right? So, and they used to sketch it on the paper, and that design has to be copied. So, making a paper pattern for those detailed design for one or two pieces. Normally, designer garment or haute couture are not produced in mass. We don't have Ritu Kumar का लहंगा 10,000 pieces और मनीष मल्होत्रा का एक डिजाइन बहुत ही एलिगेंट डिजाइन लहंगा और या पूरा ड्रेस 2,000 pieces, 5,000 pieces. It's only 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 or 100 at the max. So draping method is actually used for customized garment, customized designer garment, because those designer garments are full of details, full of complexities, and we can't make that design on paper. It takes a lot of time. It is a lot of time consuming process because for for those things we have to do make paper patterns, then test fit, then paper patterns, then test fit, then paper pattern, and then test fit. So it's better to copy that design which is on the paper on the dummy by using the fabric, fine fabric. And when we use to copy that design on the fabric, we just mark it, and after marking, we trace on the paper and make the final pattern. Because it's not in produced in large quantity. The difference between, advantage and disadvantage is that in flat pattern methods, you can introduce changes at any point of time. It's easy to introduce changes in flat pattern method. But in draping method, it will be not very easy to introduce changes at any stage. Because if you're introducing any change, again you have to drape it. So draping method is very time consuming. Draping method is used for customized and very detailed garment, very fashionable garment, very designed garment, very intricate design garment. But flat pattern method is used for the mass produced garments, simple garments. A flat pattern method is quite faster method of pattern making. We can attain different kind of design by introducing some changes in flat pattern method, and introducing new changes, new style is easier in flat pattern method. So these are the basic differences between flat pattern method and draping method. I hope I'm clear. I made myself clear to you.
Yes, sir.
Any question, anything we can discuss, please. If you want to add some points, you are welcome, please. So we should go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So as you know that I introduced the term general sizing system. So you must be knowing about the general sizing system, how it is developed. I mean, for any country, I mean, there are some agencies we used to take measurements of large cross section of people from every corner. Let's say if we are making a general sizing system for India, so we have to take different sample sizes. Like we have to take people from Northeast, we have to take people from Rajasthan, we have to take people from Jammu and Kashmir, we have to take people from Punjab, Haryana, we have to take people from Karnataka, Kerala. So every corners, from every regions, we have to take sample size. We have to take different kind of people, different occupation. We have to take into terms, into account, because if somebody is working in farming, working in field, so they have a different body dimension. If somebody is working on computer, they have some different body dimension. We have also, I mean, muscle development will be different. If somebody is working as a RN Smith or as a labor, so they have a different muscle development. So that's why when we are developing a general sizing system of the country, we have to take all the samples or different samples to make it uniform, and then we average it out for different measurements, and then make the general sizing system, and we distribute that difference, extreme and extreme differences in 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 intervals. Like let's say if we are getting a man height from 150 centimeter to 180 centimeter or 190 centimeter, so the difference is 40 centimeters. So we have to see how many sizes we have to introduce, how many intervals we have to introduce: extra small, small, medium, large, XL, double XL, triple XL. So what will be the differences? So that's how we develop the general sizing system of the country. Then there is another term, anthropometry. You must be knowing about anthropometry. Anthro means human, and pometry means measurement. So measurements of different parts of human body is called anthropometry. So while developing a general sizing system, we used to do a lot of anthropometry. And
Sir, sorry for interrupting. Could you please repeat that word anthro?
Anthropometry.
Prometry.
Anthropometry.
Could you pronounce it?
Pometry. 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 Pometry.
Okay, sir.
Anthropometry. Anthropometry is a branch of science which studies the measurements of different parts of the human body. Anthropometry is a branch of science which study the different measurements of different parts of human body.
So one thing, sir, may I ask you one question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Anthropometry means, I think, different type of people, not the body. Anthro means human.
Anthro means
Human,
humans, pometry means
yeah,
measurement.
yeah,
Measurement,
human, not the
measurement.
different part. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Measurements of human body. Yes, sir. Sir, anything else you want to add?
No.
Yes, sir,
It's
you,
clear.
rightly, as you have said, anthropometry means the measurement of human body. And when we are talking about the measurement of human body, then definitely we need to look into the different parts of the human body. Then only we will be able to come out with the right measurement of human body.
Yeah, because when we are developing a general sizing system, so we have to understand waist and relation between waist and height, waist and chest, hip. So we actually do the study in a relation of different parts of human body. Because sometimes, if you talk about the shirt size, so we take 40, 42, 38, 44. So actually that 40 is what? That 40 is the measurement of neck size. So according to neck size, we used to take different other measurement. What will be the proportion of chest? What will be the proportion of sleeve? What will be the proportion of length? And there are other factors also. I mean, in general science system, it's not only anthropometry and not only this. There is a huge things to study, and as we don't have much time for that, so I'm not going in detail about the anthropometry and general science system. So it's just for introduction only. Okay, so going ahead. So as you know, the purpose of pattern making is very important. Is fitting also, because when we make the pattern and then when we stitch the garment, it must fit. Fitting is one of the important uh, part of the pattern making, and especially when we are talking about women's wear, fitting is very important. So if you're talking about fitting, actually it's a contouring. So there are two different kind of contouring on human body. One is circumference contouring and other is flat in-depth contouring. Sorry. One is circumference contouring and one is in-depth contouring. Like, I'll just show you. Can you see the dummy dress form? If you see the dummy, this part is broader and this part is narrow, right? Am I audible? Can you see it?
Sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So while making pattern, we can easily cut the fabric from the side, this side and this side, and we can contour it. We'll try to attain the shape of the body. We can easily do that by doing this thing. Just a minute, let me switch on the light. So as you see, we can do the contouring from the side. And this is called circumference contouring. We can easily remove the fabric from here and we can contour the garment. But in human body, there is an in-depth contouring also. Can you see the dummy?
Yes, sir.
You can see there is a space over here. There is a space over here. Right?
Got it, sir.
Yeah, and to address this space, we have to do in-depth contouring. फैब्रिक के अंदर कंटूर करना है, कपड़े के अंदर कंटूर करना है। एक तो साइड में कंटूर करना हो गया, दूसरा कपड़े के अंदर कंटूर करना है। इसको बोलते हैं इन डेप्थ कंटूरिंग, दैट्स कॉल्ड इन डेप्थ कंटूरिंग। एंड फॉर इन डेप्थ कंटूरिंग वी यूज टू इंट्रोड्यूस darts. So you must have heard about darts also. Do you have any idea
Yes,
about
sir.
darts? Okay.
Darts
This is
we do in
actually-
drafting, which is like
Yeah.
same like
Yeah.
how you told. We do contouring at the back, especially for blouses, saris, long dresses, etc.
Yeah, it
Correct,
is a
very correct.
stitch given to a garment, usually either in front or back of the garment, to avoid excess of the fabric.
Yeah. So normally darts are used to introduce in-depth contouring. Let's say this place we have to introduce in-depth contouring. You can do a activity. You can take a paper and you draw a triangular line like this and just try to fold it. The moment you will fold it, it will become curved. The moment I fold it, it becomes curved. Now this paper can address the curve area. Can you see this?
Not clearly
Yes,
visible.
sir.
Look, this is a simple paper. This is a simple paper.
Yeah.
I just draw a triangle.
Sir,
Yes,
sir. Sorry for interrupting. Your video is not been seen, sir.
It's clear now, video.
Dr.
It's
Chaudhary,
clear?
sir.
No, sir,
Dr.
it's
Chaudhary,
not
sir.
clearly.
Dr. Chaudhary,
Can you
sir.
see?
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Sir, can you make this program on full screen? Then it is clear. This video can be made on full screen. Then it is clear.
So he can.
Your video is
Just convey
your
this to
video
him.
is clear.
Neeraj, you made a means image on the full screen. With the help of this authority of presenter, you are only using this camera for your display. You can use also the means user code of this
my
presenter. You can use this
Now
window.
Now it is clear.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not able to follow you.
You are given a right of this presenter, so you can use this window. Through window, you can show the camera. You first to display on your laptop and just to share that laptop screen to the viewers.
Now you are clearly visible, sir.
Okay, continue.
Sir, sometimes having network issue, that's why na video is not clear.
Okay. So is it clear now? The activity is
Yes,
clear
sir,
now.
is it clear?
Sir, if possible, use colored paper. If possible.
Right now, I don't think I have color paper.
Mr. Neeraj, you are conveying
Sir,
through.
if you have dark marker, use a dark marker.
Yeah, I'll do. I'll just do.
नीरज आप कैसे दिखा रहे हो? कैमरा ओपन करके दिखा रहे हो या आप प्रेजेंटर वाले मोड में गए हुए हो? नीरज
मैं कैमरा ओपन करके दिखा रहा हूँ सर.
तो कैमरा ओपन करके दिखा रहे हो, बट यू कैन ऑल्सो यूज दिस अथॉरिटी ऑफ प्रेजेंटर, और प्रेजेंटर से आप डायरेक्ट कैमरा से ही दिखा रहे हो ना, थ्रू द
Yes, sir. Now it is visible.
Okay, you
Clearly
continue.
visible, sir.
Continue, Neeraj. Continue, Neeraj.
So I was just trying to explain the importance and impact of dot. So I
Yes,
just
sir.
took a paper and draw a triangle. And the moment you close this triangle, you will get a curved area, curved surface now. The moment I closed it, now you can see the paper, the 2D paper become 3D, right?
Yes, sir. This is a dart.
2D paper, this is a dot. And this is the importance of this, the dot, that it can address now the curve area of the body. It can fit, it can contour the curved area of the body. And the more the curve, the more the dot. If we have a big curve, we have to take more dot intake. If it is flat, you don't need dot. But if you have a curve area, you have to use dot.
Yes,
So
sir.
while deciding about the dot intake, we have to understand the difference or how much curved body we have. हम कहते हैं ना कि कितने इंच का डार्ट डालें, आधा इंच का डार्ट डालें, 1 इंच का डार्ट डालें, 1/2 inch dart to be used. So it all depends on the difference between the two areas. If the difference between waist and bust is too much, so you may have to introduce more dart. There is no thumb rule that you have to put 1 inch dart or 1/2 inch dart or 1/2 inch dart. It's all you have to do the reasoning and just find a difference, and the difference of the part of the difference will be, some part of the difference will be addressed by the circumference contouring, and some part of the difference will be introduced addressed by the in-depth contouring, that is the dot. Right? Am I clear on this?
So depending on the
Yes,
breadth
sir.
of the, sorry, sorry,
Yeah.
depending on the breadth of the body, we have to give either 1 inch or 1/2 inch dart.
Yeah.
Should we give
Just
like that and
take, okay, just example, and let's say the bust circumference of this dummy is 36 inches and the waist circumference is 27 inches. So there is a difference now. What is the difference?
difference of 9
3
inches.
9 inches. 9 inches. So that 9 inches has to be contoured,
Okay.
right? That has to
Okay.
be reduced,
Got it.
right? So some parts of that 9 inches will be addressed by circumference contouring from here, from the both the sides, right? And remaining parts has to be introduced, has to be addressed by putting dart over here from in the front and in the back, because back is also has to be contoured. But obviously the dart, more dart intake will be in the front size because the difference in front is more, right? Curve in the front body is more. So that's why we need more dart intake in front and less dart intake in back, because back is comparatively flatter. So you don't have to remember anything. You don't have to mug up anything. Just take the measurement and difference. The difference will be distributed in circumference contouring and the dart. Right?
Sir, I have a query. Sir, if
Yes.
sir, if the measurement of the bust and the waist is clear, then is there any formula to know that how much inch of dart is needed, or it is just on the hit and trial basis?
Normally, what we do for circumference contouring, normally we take 1 3/8 from the both the side. 1 3/8 from here, 1 3/8 from here, from both the side. So if it is 1 3/8, 1 3/8 from the front, 1 3/8 from the back, 1 3/8 from the front this side and the back. So 1 3/8 into 4. How much it is? It is 4.5 inch. 1 3/8 into 4. 5.5 inch. Right? You can multiply 1 3/8 into 4.
Sir,
It is
it
going
is
to be
for circumference contouring or it is for area contouring?
no circumference contouring. I'm talking only circumference contouring.
Okay.
From front
Okay.
1
Is there
3/8.
anything
From the back
for
1 3/8. Okay, you just write down the measurement. I'll just explain it. I'm just taking the measurement here. Write down it's 36. Burst circumference is 36. Burst girth is 36. You can write on the paper. And waist girth is 25.5. So what is the difference? Kitna hai difference? What is the difference between burst and waist for the dummy size
9.5.
8? 10.5, right? Ten and a half, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we are talking about circumference contouring. We are taking 1 3/8. 1 3/8 1 3/8 into 4. We here normally we divide 1 inch into 8 parts, and that's why we are calling 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, and 8/8. That is 1. We are not talking about the decimal. We are talking about division of 1 inch into 8 parts, right? So 3/8 is not 0.3; it's 3/8 of an inch. So the difference is 10.5. We have already taken circumference contouring, that is 1 3/8 into 4. 1 3/8 from front side, 1 3/8 from the back side, 1 3/8 from this front, and then this back. Total 5.5. So how much remaining? Kitna bach gaya? We are left with 5.5 inch, right? Yeah, correct. Out of that 5.5 inch, as you know, in the front there is a more curve, there is more difference. So out of 5.5 inch, we used to take 2 darts, that is 1 inch dart from the back, in the back, and raise 3.5 inch from the front. 2 inch in the back dart and 3.5 inch in the front dart. Any doubt? Anything which you don't understand? या कुछ आप ऐड करना चाहते हैं?
But how is the difference linked with circumference contouring, like?
I didn't get it. Please speak again.
I mean, we calculated the difference between burst and waist also.
Mhm.
That was 10.5, right? So how is that linked with circumference contouring?
Still, I'm not drafting. I'm just trying to make you understand how we denote darts, how we uh, come to the dart intake, how we decide how much the dart has to be there. I'm just
No,
talking in general about this.
no. So the total dart which we have found out, that should be 5.5 inch, right?
5.5 inch.
Yeah, 5.5. But the difference between bust and waist, it comes to 10.5 inch.
Yeah.
So then
Yes.
I think we need to increase the dart.
No. What we did,
Uh,
out of 10.5 inch, there are two types of contouring. There are two types of contouring. One is circumference contouring. One is
yes.
circumference contouring, and second part is in-depth contouring. That is dart. So initially, what we did, the first part, we have taken circumference contouring as 1 3/8, all the four sides.
Right.
1 3/8 from the front, this front, 1 3/8 from this back, 1 3/8 from this front, and 1 3/8 from this back. It has to be equally deducted. So 1 3/8 into 4 will be 5.5 inch. Right?
Sir, into 4 is 4 parts of the body. That is circumference. 4 parts of the body. That's why it is divided by 4, right?
Yeah, it's multiplied by 4.
Okay, sir.
Look, we are taking the whole circumference. We are taking the whole circumference. We are making the 4 parts. Normally we make LHS, RHS, LHS, RHS, right? So there are 4 corners. If you stitch the garment, this is one part, this is other part. This is one part, this is other part, right? So
Yes, sir.
for circumference contouring, let's say we have a circumference contouring of 5.5 inch. So we have to equally divide into 4 parts to make the garment balance. If you not do equally, the garment may hang one side. It will be not balanced. So while introducing circumference contouring, we have to take into account that it has to be done equally from all the 4 sides to make the garment balance, so that it can adhere
Sir,
the
my
body line. Garment, yeah.
yes, sir. My question is same as before asked by ma'am. That difference in between bust and waist is equal to 10.5, but we are deducting only 5.5. Then where is the remaining fullness?
Remaining will go in in-depth contouring. We have done only circumference contouring. Now we are going to do in-depth contouring from here and from here, and that is dart.
Okay. Okay, then we will do
That
both the contouring at the same time.
Yeah, and then 5.5 inch remaining, and out of 5.5 inch, more will be in the front and less will be in the back dart. Let's say 1 inch, 2 dart in the front back side, and remaining 3.5 inch will be put in the front, 2 darts.
So then remaining will be 5 inch, right, sir? 5. So because the overall was 10.5 and the circumference contouring will came to 5.5. So
Yeah.
remaining should be 5. So back should be 2 and front should be 3.
No, it's actually 10.5 inch. Difference is 10.5 inch. So out of 10.5 inch, 5.5 inch is done with circumference contouring. Remaining 5.5 inch will done with the
No, but
darts.
only 5 will be remaining, no? 10.5, 10.5 inch over there. We have already contoured 5.5 inch, so remaining will be 5 inch.
Remaining will be 5.5. Sorry. You are right. I'm sorry. Yes, 5 inch. 5 inch will be remaining. So 2 inch in the back dart and 3 inch from the front art.
Fine, sir. Thank you.
Sir, so basically what we have to do, when we will come to know about the difference, then we have to adjust on either left.
Okay, so I hope I
left side
cleared
and then back side.
circumference contouring and in-depth contouring.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
So now I'll be making a basic bodies draft, and for making a basic bodies draft, I'll be needing a few measurements. So we'll do the measurement first and write down the measurements. First, we should understand the block and or sloper. Why we are making the basic bodies block. So, do you know any? Do you have any idea about the basic bodies block and why we used to make it? हम लोग basic bodies block क्यों बनाते हैं? Or what is basic bodies block?
It is the base of all garments, and we can make any type of garment with help of this by extension or reduction.
And also, sir,
Yeah.
I would like to add into this that basic bodice block will help us out to manipulate various styles.
Yeah, very correct. Yes, right, very right. You were very right. So this is dress form, right? Why we are making the basic bodice block? The basic bodice block is actually conversion of three-dimensional measurement into two-dimensional medium. 3D measurement into 2D medium, that is paper or fabric. And what is the significance of that? What is the importance of that? Why do we make it? Because normally designers are dealing with celebrities, right? Very important, very busy people. And it's not possible for them to come frequently, to visit frequently the designer workshop. And that's why every designer used to have measurement chart of that celebrity, that person, that VIP, that client in a block form. Let's say she is a VIP, she is any celebrity. So she can't come, every time, frequently she can't visit the workshop. So what I'll do, I'll have the block of this body, measurement of this body into the 2D block, so that whatever design I have to make, I'll take the reference from that measurement. And that will be easy for me. And it will make easy for her to communicate the design. And that's why we used to make block. So block is actually the conversion of three-dimensional measurement into two-dimensional medium. That's called block, right? So for making a basic block, we'll be needing a few measurements. The first measurements will be length, full length. We used to take full length from the HPS. HPS is high point shoulder. HPS is high point shoulder over the bust till the waist, midpoint of this waist, which is coming around 17 2/8, 17 quarter. So you can write down the measurement. Full length is 17 quarter. Then we will take the center front measurement, neck cross section till the waist, which is coming 14 quarter. We'll write down center front measurement, quarter. Then we'll take the waist shoulder measurement, which is coming 3/4. Shoulder measurement 4 3/4 or 6/8. Then I'll be taking side seam measurement from here, 1 inch below this plate. We used to take measurement 1 inch below this plate. Actually, this plate is bone, so we take 1 inch below because there is a muscles also, and that's why we take 1 inch below from this plate, which is coming around 8 inch. Side seam measurement is 8 inch. Then we'll take a cross front measurement. We'll take this measurement 5.5 inch down from HPS and then take the horizontal measurement, which is coming 6 inches. Across front or across chest measurement is 6 inches. And what is the significance of this measurement? Why do we need this measurement? As you know, we have to draw an armhole, and for armhole, drawing the armhole curve, we need different points. The first point we got from here, lower shoulder measurement. Second point we got from side seam, but this curve is bigger, so we need one more reference point so that we can draw the curve correctly, and that's why we need this point over here. So while drawing the curve, this point can guide. This point can guide in making the curve, and that's why we need a cross chest measurement 5.5 inch down from the HPS. The next measurement we need is 1/2 front waist measurement. Half front waist measurement. Because we are making the half part. We are not making the full pattern. We are making the half part. As we know that body is similar, right? So we can we can do on fold of the pattern and we'll get the whole pattern. So we'll take which is 6 3/4, half front waist It's 3 by 4. So we have taken this measurement, we have taken this measurement, we have taken this measurement, we have taken whole measurement, then we have taken center front measurement. Now we have to take one more measurement, that is apex measurement or burst span measurement. And we need that measurement so that we can introduce dart, because we have to introduce dart, and that's why we need the burst span measurement. How we do it? We put the tape on both the apex, burst apex, and whatever measurement comes, we'll take the half of that. So now it's coming 7 quarter. So we'll take the half of 7 quarter. It is called burst span measurement.
Sir,
Yes, yes.
sir, I have a question.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, the burst pan measurement can also be called the burst breeze, no?
Burst breeze.
Yes.
It can be called. It can be called. I don't know about that. Burst breeze. Normally, it's called burst span measurement. The difference between the distance between the two apex points is called burst span. Okay. So while drafting the pattern, we will make a rectangle. Rectangle, we have two sides of rectangle. One is length, other is width. One measurement I forgot to take. That is burst girth. And the burst girth of 8 size dummy, burst girth is taken 1 inch down from this plate over the bust till the center front, which is coming 9 quarter, 9/1/4. So burst girth, front burst girth is 9 quarter. So as I was saying, to make this draft, we have to make a rectangle, and rectangle has two sides. One is length, other is width. So we'll take the highest measurement, vertical measurement, that is the full length, which is 17/1/4, and highest horizontal measurement, that is burst girth, which is 9¼ So in the first step, I'll make a draft which has no dart. It's simple, and then I will introduce the dart. And there are different way of making this block, and I have little simplified with the help of my faculty. My faculty has taught very simplified manner. So I used to teach this drafting, basic bodies drafting in a little simpler manner. Though there are different way of making. In Armstrong, there is a book of pattern making, Armstrong, and it has a different way of it has a different process of making the draft of basic bodies. But I do not follow that. I'm using my method. So should we continue right now, or we should resume after the break?
Neeraj, you continue for more half an hour for the completion of this session. More half an hour.
Okay. Let me adjust. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Is paper is visible? Is paper is visible to everyone?
Yes, Neeraj.
Okay, thank you, sir. So we take L square and the full length is 17 quarter. And maximum horizontal length, that is the bust girth, is 9 quarter. So I'm making a rectangle using this. A, B, C, and D. Can you see the rectangle?
No, sir.
Sir, your video is blurred actually.
Is it visible now? Can you see?
Sir, it is visible sometimes, but it is going blur again and again.
Yeah, it's because of the network.
So can you use marker, sir, so we can view it?
Okay, actually, marker, we can't omit the marker. That's the issue. But okay, I'll try to do that. Okay, let me use marker. Because while making the
As
pattern,
because the video is little blur,
okay,
because
okay,
the video is little blur, we are not able to see.
okay, okay. Let me use a marker. Can you see this now? This rectangle?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is a center front line. I'm making this is a center front line. Center front line. And on this center front line, I'll take the center front measurement. I know this. Little. I'm talking about this measurement. This. Now I'll be taking this center front measurement. Which is 14¼ we marked E. And then I'll take the neck width measurement, which is 2 3/4, half neck width measurement, which is 2 3/4. I'm talking about this, the measurement, the width, neck width. So I'm taking 2 3/4, half neck width. That is F point. This is the F point. This is the F point, and this is the E point. This is E point and this is F point. Now, what will I do? I'll take the shoulder measurement. But while taking the shoulder measurement, we have to understand that shoulder is not straight. Can you see? Shoulder is not straight. Shoulder is drooping down. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So HPS is high and LPS is low. The shoulder is drooping, and that's why we have to take that into account. So front part of the shoulder droops down almost 1 3/4 inch, but back part of the shoulder droops down 1.5 inch. Front part droops down more than the back. You know why? Anyone can say why? The shoulder drop
So that
more
neck
than the shoulder drop in the back.
front neck
You
cannot
must have
go
seen.
back.
Yeah, tell me.
Front neck maybe go at back, and to prevent prevent that problem, we take more sloper shape at front than back.
Okay. So you must have noticed there is a bone in the front. Can you have you seen the collarbone? There is a collarbone.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And in the back there is a more muscles. So because of the more muscles, the difference is reduced little bit. Got it? In the front there is a bone, and that's why the difference is very sharp. But in the back we have more shoulder muscles, and that's why the difference between lower shoulder and higher shoulder is little bit reduced. And that's why we take more shoulder drop in the front than in back. Got it?
Yes, sir. Right, sir.
So I'll take 3/4 inch shoulder drop, but we'll take a reference point here. कितना नीचे? 1/3/4 inch down. We'll take a reference point. Just a reference point, and now I'll draw a shoulder measurement over here. Which is how much? Four, 3/4 inch. I have just taken a reference point. I'll just use this. Okay, so this is shoulder. Now I have to make the neckline. And for making the neckline, I have to use this. What is this? This is French curve. Okay, when I draw the neckline, I have to make sure that first half inch from the shoulder should be at 90 degrees. Should be 90 degrees. And here also, first half inch should be 90 degrees. And then I will use this. Can anyone tell me that why I'm taking this as a 90 degree first half inch from the both sides? Why I have taken 90 degree at both the side, here and here? Why? Here 90 degree and here also. Here 90 degree and then here also. Why?
To make it perfect round.
Actually, to make it perfect straight line. You know why? This is the front part. At the shoulder, we have to stitch the back also. So when I'll stitch back, and in the back neck also, it has to be 90 degrees. So 90, 90, 180, and it will become a straight line. Otherwise, it will be curved. Here also you can see, we are making the only half part of the front. we have to add the other part also. So if it is 90 degree and that other will be also 90 degree, so it will be a straight line. It will be not curved. Had it been, let's say, 70 degree, so 70 is 140. It's not a straight line. But in the neck here we want a straight smooth line, and that's why you are having 90 degree for at least half inch. Got it? Hello, got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we got the lower point shoulder. Now I have to draw armhole, right? So for that, I got 1 point. I'll get other point from the side seam from here, which is 8 inch from the waist. This mark 8 inch. So I got 2 points, 1 point here, 1 point here. But as you know, the curve is bigger, and that's why I need one more reference point in between. And that's why I have taken the across chest measurement. ध्यान होगा आपको बोला था ना कि I have to take another points so that it can guide the curve. So that is across chest measurement, which is 5.5 inch down from the HPS. And from here I am taking 6 inches. Across chest measurement is 6 inches, which is this point. So I got another point. See, I have now 3 points. And now I'll draw the armhole curve. Here also, first half inch has to be 90 degree, and here also. $90 because I have to join the back, and back armhole should be straight, and that's why from that back part, that is also 90 degree, 90, 90, 180, it will be straight line. Here also other part will come and attach it, and that's why we are making 90 degree. So I have made this pattern, but this is not a contoured. This is only a dartless pattern. Now I'll convert it into the contoured pattern. So this is darkness. Now I will introduce dark and this. I'll first copy it. One thing I have to mark. I have to mark the burst label. Burst label is 1/2 of the center front. Burst label is 1/2 of the center front. Center front is how much? 14/4. So I'll put the half mark over here. This is the burst level, and on this burst level, I have to mark the apex point. And how much that will be? We have taken the burst span. कितना लिया हमने? We have taken 3/5/8. Burst span will be 3/5/8. 1, 2, 3, and then 5/8. I have marked the burst point. I'm pinning it on the burst point. First, I'll copy this using pencil. Okay. So let me introduce the waist guard first. आप देख सकते हो जो difference है. The difference was here you can see burst was
क्या? अरे वो उनका नेट है.
now am I audible? Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can notice the burst girth was 9¼ and the waist was 6 3/4. कितना difference हुआ? Burst was 9¼ and waist 6 3/4. So the difference will be 2.5 inch, right? Correct? 9/1/4 minus 6 3/4. Difference will be 2.5 inch. The difference between this and the waist is 2.5 inch, and that 2.5 inch has to be contoured by both methods, circumference and in-depth contouring. That is from the side seam, and we have to introduce a dart over here. So as we know, we have a convention that circumference contouring will be 1 3/8. So I'll minus 1 3/8 from here, and remaining will be the dart. Difference was 2.5 inch between burst and waist, and out of that difference 1 3/8 will be addressed by circumference contouring. Right? You can always unmute and you can tell me if any doubt. So 1 3/8 will be reduced from here, right? And we can meet this point. And when I will draw this, when I draw this point will not match the baseline. As you know, the Pythagoras theorem, diagonal is always bigger than the perpendicular line, so it will be a little up. So we have reduced 1 3/8 from here, and how much remaining is 1 1/8. If you minus 1 3/8 from 2.5 inch, how much will remain? It will be 1 1/8. So where will I put the dart? We'll draw a straight line from the first. And the remaining intake will be divided half both sides. Any doubt? Anyone, please? कैसे ये वे स्टार्ट कितना आया, कैसे आया? Do you understand? To introduce the shoulder dart. I have to introduce shoulder dart in the middle of the shoulder. So I'll take the middle point. Shoulder. And shoulder dart is 7 centimeter. The shoulder dart is more than the waist dart. You know why? Because the distance between bust to waist is less than the bust to this point. और जितना ज्यादा आप सेंटर से दूर जाएंगे उतना ज्यादा इंटेक बढ़ता जाएगा. So I have to introduce 7 centimeter here at the midpoint of the shoulder. So what I'll do, I'll draw an arc of 7 centimeter here. I will rotate this pattern and match this point over here, and then I will introduce the dart in the middle. I'll just show you. So I'm drawing an arc, marking a point 7 centimeter away. So I have drawn an arc which is 7 centimeter away from here, right? It is 7 centimeter away from this point, and I will rotate this pattern and match this point over here, and then I'll get a dart of 7 centimeter in the middle of the shoulder. Just see, I have taken 7 centimeter arc, then I am rotating this, keeping the pin at the bust. When this point touches, I'll draw the half of the shoulder over here, and the difference will be the dart, right? Do you understand? आप समझ रहे हो? Hello everyone. Any doubt?
Sir, could you repeat this?
Now I have done with the waist dart and waist contouring. Now I have to introduce a shoulder dart at the middle of the shoulder, and for that I have to draw a 7 centimeter arc over here. This is the arc, which is 7 centimeter from here. And I'm rotating this pattern so that this lower point shoulder touches this arc, and I will draw this half of shoulder over here. Half is there, and 7 centimeter dart will be introduced here. I'll just do it. You will come to know. So I'm just copying half of the shoulder here, half of the shoulder here, and new armhole, because armhole will become little shorter. Can you see this? क्या किया मैंने? What I did? What I do? I have to reduce.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है? I have to reduce 7 centimeter dart at the midpoint. So I did. I make an arc 7 centimeter away, and then I rotated the pattern so that this point can touch. Half of the shoulder is drawn here, half is here, and the remaining middle point will become the dart. And then I'll redraw the armhole.
चल बच्चों
I'll take the midpoint, then I'll Then I will cut it. I will not cut from this side and this side because we have to do the contouring, drawing of the dart. So how I will do the drawing? Take the midpoint. मैंने क्या किया? What did I do? First, I did draw the midpoint, and then I folded this line because I have to draw the dart, drawing the dart. Drawing means matching this point to this point. So first I put a scale over here and then folded the paper from here and from here. And now what I'm doing, I'm just trying to, just see, I'm just trying to match Can you see this? I'm trying to match these points. This is called truing. Truing means matching both the point, because when you will stitch the dart, it must match the line, right? And this is called truing. And while truing, you should see that this intake, this dart intake has to come in the direction of HPS, high point shoulder की तरफ जाना चाहिए. It should go towards high point shoulder, not towards low point shoulder. It should go towards high point shoulder, and that's why this intake is getting folded towards high point shoulder while matching the line. Now I match the line. Okay, अभी मैंने match कर दिया है, और through tracing wheel, or if we have any pin, you just mark the point. I'm just marking the point by pin. Now I have marked. You can see the impression. Can you see the impression, everyone? Hello. Can you
Yes,
see the
sir.
impression?
Yeah, it is.
It's a triangle.
Yeah, this is called truing the dart. What did I do? I First, match both the shoulder lines, and then by tracing wheel or by pin, I mark the points. Because the fabric can't be cut like this. Fabric can't be cut like this. Fabric should be cut like this. Okay? And now I can cut completely. Now I can cut from here. The same thing I have to do here also, though you will not get a bigger triangle because the intake is less, so it will be almost straight line. And this paper is actually very hard, that's why finding it difficult to you can always take the help of a scale to fold the paper. It will be easy. You can just mark the fold line by using scale. Here also I mark it, though I'm getting an almost straight line because the intake is not much. Very little curve. So this is the size 8. Basic front block. Size 8. You always mark gray line. We always mark gray line, then we mark on fold line, and when I'll make the back also, I'll put a notch mark over here. So the significance of gray line is what? You know? What is the significance of gray line?
How
What is
to
the
put the
significance of
pattern
gray
on the
line?
fabric. It shows how to put the pattern on
Yes,
the fabric.
exactly. Yeah. So if the gray line is this, we have to put this pattern parallel to the selvage of this. I have to put this pattern parallel to the selvage. This gray line should be parallel to the selvage of the or length or the warp of the fabric. And why we do that? Why do we cut the pattern, cut the fabric parallel to the selvage line, parallel to the grain line. Why?
Because it has the most of strength. Fabric has
Yeah, it
maximum
has
strength.
maximum strength. Yeah, and less elasticity, less flexibility. Yeah, less elasticity, less shrinkage. Because normally we stitch in this direction. We are stitching in this direction. We are stitching in this direction. So while stitching, there is a pull, there is a tension. So if we cut it across, garment may stretch more. But when we stitch along the grain line, garment will having the least stretch while stitching, because while stitching there is a pull on the fabric. Okay, and this is the on-fold line. On-fold line means you have to make the half of this. You just copy the half, other side. If it is LHS, then there will be RHS also, exactly the same. So this is called on-fold line. Okay, so the front I have made, then I have to make